Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special Thursday night wrestling video. Might be probably be a quick one, but I just wanted to. So last week, last Thursday, I already heard you coming over here. Oh. So last week, Thursday, I attended my very first independent wrestling show. It was my first time going to one of those. I've been to so many Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns and even a WrestleMania and a Royal Rumble, but I had yet to actually attend one of those local indie wrestling shows, and I did so this past um, Thursday. Fortunately, it was right across the street from Wrigley Field where the Cubs play. Of course, I'm a Sox fan, so what can I do? Can't do anything about that. But it was very nice show. It was very nice, very unique. Um, did you enjoy it?
I got told to smile more.
Yes, one of the wrestlers. I forgot what his name is, but he told her to smile more.
No!
So yeah.
I like looking moody, okay?
But did you enjoy yourself?
Yes.
Mm. It was very different from being at like one of the major shows like WWE or AEW. It's very unique, and you get to see so many great up and coming superstars who you never know may end up being signed to one of those major brands one day. You can go back and say, I saw that person, when they were on the indie scene and
They
everything.
fell in front of me.
Yeah, we did have a few wrestlers that legit were front running us because we were, of course, front row. Of course, I had to be front row for I'll tell you exactly why in a few minutes. But yes, we were front row and we were maybe less than 5 feet from the actual ring. And there was yeah, like pretty much every single person like fought some way, one way or another in front of us and everything. And like I said, it was pretty cool. I saw so many great superstars like Son Longin, Trenchico, Maurice, Solomon Tupu, who I had the awkward privilege of meeting coming out of the bathroom, but that's neither here nor there. Um,
And then he lost to a girl!
He did. He lost to Blair Onyx, so I will say I did become a fan of. I had heard about her before, but I never like
I like creepy
I
girls.
had never really seen any of her things. I think at one point she was signed by WWE, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but she did rather well. She actually made him tap out too. She made
He lost to a girl.
yeah, she made him tap out. Like I said, I became a fan. Like I said, I had heard of her, but I never got to see her work. And then of course I met her at the merch stand and got a picture of her and everything. Um, I said there was so much great action and everything. And then one of my favorite things that I went there was I got to see the really
Jackson.
I saw the Brock Lesnar guy there, of course, having his first ever match. Yeah, it's stick to your day job, bro, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, that's just me. Um,
Boop.
Not too much a big fan of the guy because yes, I was booing my ass off when he came out, and I think the best highlight of his match or his partner's match, because he didn't really do anything too much, but what can I
That
say?
one showboat weirdo guy.
Yeah, yeah, she knows what I'm talking about. I
That
think
was really, really annoying.
yeah, him. I think the very best part of it was when he got backhanded on the apron. I legit died laughing for like 5 minutes straight
He
because
was so obsessed with his fucking phone.
yeah, like I said, he's in case you don't know who it is, and I told her while we were there, the Brock Lesnar guy, random fan who got famous for doing the whole stupid Brock Lesnar pose when Brock Lesnar came back. I've met the guy a couple of times. I mean, I met the first time I met him in person was when I went to WrestleMania New Orleans a few years back, and I actually took a selfie with the guy, and I seen him again. I think when I went to who did I meet? I think when I met Sasha and Bailey in Phoenix, and he was in the line. And then I saw him again when CM Punk made his return in AEW. He was at the United Center, and he was in line crying because he couldn't find a CM Punk shirt when he first came back. I ain't gonna lie, I was upset too because I didn't get one, but what can you do?
In
Um,
public?
yeah. I
Wow.
mean, there's a lot of guys who, a lot of people who don't care for the guy. I mean, fortunately, he's also from Chicago, so that's. But I'm not here. I'm not making this video to diss the guy. That's my personal opinion or whatever.
I
But
mean, if he would have been, if he, honestly, that match, if he would have stopped obsessing over his fucking phone for like 5 minutes,
mhm, yeah,
didn't he lose?
he did, thanks to former NXT superstar Andre Chase, who I also got to meet and take a photo with.
I wasn't
And
really paying attention because I was working.
that's fine.
That's how bored I was.
But you did like it though.
Yeah.
See?
But that match was so boring, I actually decided to start working.
Yeah, and he even came out to Brock Lesnar's entrance music, which I'm pretty sure that's a copyright infringement.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm going to call the police.
Shut up.
But of course, the
No, you're
biggest.
not.
Oh, but of
What you're
course,
gonna do is you're gonna do this video, and then you're gonna play your little game for a couple hours or so, and then you'll be like, I'm going to bed, and then you're gonna go to bed surrounded by a bunch of cats. You would get one half of the cats, I get the other half of the cats.
anybody want to catch? But anyway, of course, the biggest highlight of the night and the main reason why I decided to attend this event was, of course, for Tegan Nox, as you know, one of my personal favorites, who has been one of my favorites since her days on NXT, and in my opinion, one of the most underrated, undervalued, underappreciated female superstars in professional wrestling.
She's badass.
She was, see, and like I said, I have been a fan of hers for since, like I said, since her NXT days, and I even named my wrestling page after her. So feel free to give it a follow if you like. T on Instagram, Tegan Fan 8759. Shameless plugging.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
hmm And like I said, it was. I didn't even plan on actually meeting her and talking to her, but I did. Right when I was coming out the bathroom, I was coming out of the restroom. Yes, I washed my hands, filthy animals. And and as I was walking back towards my seat.
That meme, what's that movie
Which one?
where it has the kid that has to defend himself?
Oh.
Oh yeah, and he plays a movie with that in it.
And he's like, keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah.
One of the best Christmas movies ever, of course. By the way, that house is out here in Chicago, actually, somewhere. So, big home.
That's cool.
Here's a question for you. How the hell did his dad afford that big ass house of all that family and afford to take the whole family to Paris? Give me that job. So anyway, so yeah, as I was going back to my
Big
seat.
ass houses aren't worth it. They cost more to keep warm in the winter, more lights, more everything else. I was raised in a big ass house.
There you go.
It's not worth it.
That's why we're fine with our little shanty here. So yeah, as I was going back to my seat, I happened to hear like I heard a voice like on the side somewhere, and of course I recognized
Wait,
her.
you're hearing voices? Are
Yes,
you okay?
I heard her little Welsh accent, and then sure enough, I she was right there at her merch table. She was setting up and everything, and I was like, so I just go back to my seat, so I go say hi and say something, and I was like, you know what, let me go. I've been waiting for this moment for like the longest time, so I just went over there, and I'm just standing there waiting for I thought she was getting all
Yeah, I
her.
took that picture.
Yep, I got a picture of her, but we'll get to that right now. And then I'm thinking to myself, I hope no one thinks I'm some type of creep just standing here watching while she's getting her stuff ready. I feel like that SpongeBob episode where he's like, "Hi, Kevin."
That's creepy. That's
So
so creepy.
yes,
Holy shit.
I was hoping nobody was thinking, look, this fucking guy just standing there. So finally, she's like, oh hey, and of course I was wearing my Tegan shirt, and she was like, oh, it's like it's a badass shirt you got there. And then I even told her, I was like, yeah, I told you I'd be out here to come support you. And he's like, yeah, you're right, Tony. And then that part, I ain't gonna lie, I got
She
emotional right
knows
there.
your name
See,
because you're a fan and you have a fan page of her.
and I was like, that
And
legit
she's
hit.
seen it.
That legit like actually got me in the feelings a little. I'm not gonna lie, because that was like, so I mean
Gay.
I mean it really hits you like when like a celebrity or something you like actually knows about your name and everything. She even said, um, yeah, we've interacted on both my personal page and on my wrestling
I might not
page.
be famous, but somebody's therapist knows my name.
There you go. And she even said, no, she appreciated the fan page that I made and everything. And then we actually we conversated for like a few minutes talking about the show and everything, and like where she was gonna be heading next and all that. Um, we both had been up since early in the morning. We were both tired and everything. And then I asked her if she would be in the main event, and she said yes. And I said, of course, where you actually belong in the main event. And then, of course, I also told her I came to see the Brock Lesnar guy get his ass beat. She said, me too. I was like, hey, something else we got in common. So, of course, I bought this pretty badass shirt. Of course, I had to support. And now I have a Tegan version and a Nixon version. And I also got, as you can see, I rearranged a little bit. I got
You
a
said
autograph.
Nixon.
Yeah, that's her real ring name, Nixon. Her
Let
name in WWE was Tegan. Now she goes by Nixon now.
me see. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It made me think of the president. President Nixon.
we should get a president like him back in office.
Let's see. It's coming up on 250 years, right? 250 years. Every country, every nation has done this. Every 250 years, even afterwards, history will repeat itself, right? Greece, 200 after 250 years, it fell to pieces. Egypt, it destroyed itself from the inside out. Rome, it destroyed itself from the inside out. Mesopotamia was the same way. America's the same. Count my whatever the fuck the saying is. America is the exact same way.
We're going to hell in a handbasket pretty much,
We're already there.
regardless of who's in office.
We're already
It
there.
could be Trump, Biden, Oprah, somebody. Doesn't matter who. We're probably gonna, yeah, yeah. But
We're already there.
yeah, but that's of course I'm not here to get political, but I voted for Al Gore back in 2004. You see how well that turned out. But anyway, so where was I?
I'm
So
on a watch list. I can't say too much.
so so of course she was the main
Thank
event,
you.
and I got the autograph picture from her, of course. And then when it came down to the main event, of course, another highlight for me was when she came out. She actually passed right in front of us. She gave me a shout out as she was coming out and everything. So, and then she was in the main event against Vert Vixen, I believe her name was.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very interesting.
a pretty good match. It was like a really banging main event, and this goes to show. And of course, this may be a hot take, but this is my personal opinion. I feel like WWE dropped the ball on Tegan Nox because she put on a hell of a match. Um, they dropped the ball on her not once but twice, so
But
they're
that's the thing,
lost.
though. If someone's going to overlook or underlook, like make you the underdog, and then they're gonna like fumble you, uh, make them fucking regret it.
Oh yeah, she's kicking ass out there in the Indies right now. She was brawling and everything right in front of us. They took some guy's chair. She landed right in front of us. She landed on my foot, by the way, but no big deal. I was too busy, rooting around, of course. And of course, she got the win of the match. And of course, I was probably the most happiest guy in the room. She got the win, and then her opponent beat her, started, beating her up afterwards and everything.
Sore loser.
And then the referee carried her out. And then after that, I went back to meet her on the merch table.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You
because
know
she.
what's crazy? Her and I actually have the same knee, the same leg, the same injury.
She has blown out her ACL and her MCL. I think like 2 or 3 times already.
We have the
She's
same
blown out her knee
injury
already.
on the same knee and the same leg. So I hope she's so. I really do. I hope she's okay. That looked brutal.
She'll be fine. And to that one asshole who said go for the legs, fuck you. So yeah, she put on a hell of a match. And again, I strongly quote this: WWE, you dropped the ball on Tegan Nox. I
Let
remember
him.
I remember the first time she got released, and I legit wrote like a whole strongly written letter onto them on Twitter about explaining why they messed up on it.
And then they did it again.
Yep, they brought her back 2 years later. She, was around for me another couple years, and they released her again. And of course, I don't think I ever been as upset. But I've seen a lot of my favorites get released and come and go, but I think I have. See, that her release hit me pretty hard, and like I said, I've had so many favorite WWE superstars, male and female. And I remember somebody asking me of all the wrestlers you like, what made you make a fan page for Tegan of all of them? You gotta appreciate the underdog. And like I said, I really felt she could have been a much bigger star. And of course, there's gonna be a lot of people who disagree, and a lot of people who think, she's not really all that great. But like I said, this is me. This is my opinion. If you don't like it, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna judge you. Um, yeah, I really think that she could have been much better. There's so many things they could have done with her. They could have reunited
Don't you dare take her child.
they could have reunited her team with Dakota Kai. They could have, had her win the tag team titles at
Thank
one
you.
point. There could have been so much they could have done with her. And like I said, I've met quite a few, WWE superstars, and I don't think any of them got me as actually quite emotional as meeting Tegan. Like I met CM Punk. Um, I've met CM Punk and about almost 10 years ago, and I remember I had so much that I wanted to tell him and everything. Uh-huh. Hmm. I salty on that pepper. Like I
No.
said, I met CM Punk
Dark.
a few years back, and like I said, I remember I had so much that I wanted to tell him and everything, and like tell him like how much like not no not only is he just like my favorite like professional wrestler, but he's like I consider him to be like my idol because we relate to so much in so many ways, like especially when it comes to the workplace. Like I know what it's like to be overlooked and pushed aside for somebody else, for someone who doesn't get isn't as good as you are, not to sound cocky or anything like that. And I know what it feels like to like how he has done to work the hardest he can and to reach for those brass rings and to find out they're not really there. So we have so much in common that like it's you wouldn't believe it. And he was like my inspiration to go back to work after being off 2 years for medical reasons and going back to work smack bang in the middle of the pandemic too with because of my condition and everything. And he was an inspiration for that. And then like I said, when I met him, I wanted to tell him so much. And then when I got up, it was my turn to meet him. My mind just went, and I could
Yeah,
not think.
that's how I feel about certain people too.
Yeah, and my mind just went blank, and I'm just like, hmm? Because he asked me my name, and I like forgot what the hell my name was for like 5 seconds. So it was, so then as soon as I walked away, I was like, damn it. So and I haven't met him again. I've seen him live a few times. Hopefully, if I ever get to meet him again, hopefully I won't be as
Hopefully you
shy.
remember what your name is.
Yes, and of course that's where this picture came from. I've met my favorite actress, Karen Gillan, and that was also, really amazing. That was obviously pretty, emotional for me. And I'm surprised I didn't get like how I got with CM Punk and like completely silent. I was actually able to conversate with her for a few moments that I got to meet her.
That's the
And
thing though is I mean, sorry to interrupt, but I don't really like if someone's a celebrity, I don't see you as a celebrity. You're just a person. Cool, you're a person. I don't care about your status, dude.
Right?
Who
Yeah.
cares?
To each their own, you know. I mean,
Oh, I can have whatever I want. Cool. So can I. I'm spoiled. I'm a brat. I know this. I, after everything I've gone through, I deserve it.
right? Why not? You shouldn't.
So I don't give a fuck if somebody's a celebrity.
But don't forget to purchase your book on Amazon. Shameless plugging. So yeah. Um,
Why do you do it like that?
I do not know. I think that's my first time doing it like that. So,
Second.
copyright. Anyway, so yeah, I like I said, I even she autographed my Funko Pop of her. She wrote "Happy Birthday" on there. When I met the Bella twins, same thing. I got a hug from Nikki. Bree wished me happy birthday. When I met another of my favorite, Sasha Banks, I was able to get a hug from her, and then I met Bailey at the same time. I feel kind of bad because I was like more, in all of Sasha and everything. But now I feel a lot better because Bailey's like one of my top favorites now. She wasn't at the time. I met Alexa Bliss a few like couple weeks after I got the hospital and things, so I felt like super self-conscious of the way I looked at the time. But she made me actually feel a lot better and a lot happier because she waved at me and smiled, and I was like just sitting there in my little wheelchair, like, hi. How's it going?
How's it going?
So when I felt like that same like emotion like when I met Tegan, it was like really amazing, and I never thought that I would actually be able to sit there and conversate with her in person and everything. It was like I said, it was really a really great experience and everything.
You're trying to climb up the walls, damn it.
And hopefully, if they ever do another show like that, here in Chicago, definitely check it out. Especially, and of course, I will be wearing my Tegan shirt to show my support, of course.
Separate sides.
So yeah, but yeah, it was a great show all in all and everything. Um, like I can check off local indie show off my wrestling bucket list. Um, so yeah, but yeah, that's all I really got to say. What were you? Any thoughts for you about the show or anything?
I did not like being told to smile more.
Mm.
And some of the matches really sucked.
There were a few. There was the one guy, I
Like
think
I got so bored. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
there was one guy, I forgot what his name was, but we wanted him to win because he came out to My Chemical Romance and we wanted to hear it again, but unfortunately he lost, so we didn't get to hear it again anyway. But
That's the thing though, when you start gloating too early, you're gonna get your ass handed to you.
hmm,
And that's what he did.
yeah. So, but yeah, I would definitely check out. By the way, they're called Second Wrestling, the name of the promotion. I would definitely check them out again if they ever came back, or if any indie show that, of course, Tegan was a part of. I would definitely check it out because, like I said, she is one of the most underrated, underappreciated, underutilized women superstars in professional wrestling.
And we
I
like
yep,
underdogs over here.
yep, and I said what I said. The haters on that do not like her. Oh the hell well. I'm a Tegan fan. It's gonna
If
stay that way.
you don't have at least two or three people trying to claim that they hate you, you are not doing something right in life.
Yep, there you go.
A hater's job is to fucking hate. Let them do their job.
There you go. So yeah, that was like I said, it's been a week, and I still can't get over the fact that I got to meet one of my favorites. And like I said, thanks to Tabby for taking the photo of me and Tegan. Of course, I had to get it framed. So yeah. And if you are watching this, Tegan, I got you on a beer next time you come out here. Even though I don't drink, but I got you. So
Yeah, neither of us drink.
yep. So, so yeah, that was my thoughts for that. Until next time, if we haven't asked me about it, chances are I'm going to talk about it anyway.